Okay, I thought you guys might like a tour of the bigger bird room. It's just called bigger bird room because it's larger. But anyway, here's how you get in. This is from the Parrot Wizard. Thank you, Michael. This little sign here is from Prissy. Thank you, Prissy and Suzanne Ort. And that's why it says big bird room. It's just a larger room, not bigger birds. Because you guys know I specialize mostly in Senegal Parrots, but I do have Hawk Heads too, and my own personal African Grey. It's gonna get real loud, so bear with me. First up, Ozzy Grey. This is my bird. Hi, Ozzy. And let me just do a quick pan, but then I'll walk through and show you everything. Okay. So let's go this way first. This is Lucy. This is Coco. Hi, Coco. This is Yubi. Hi, Yubi. And then we have the bird kitchen, which is shared between the two rooms. And then over here we have Kenny. Hi, Kenny. And Kelly. Hi, Kelly. And Jojo. Hi, Jojo bird. And Griffin. Hi, Griffin. Making all that noise is the Hawk Heads. Hi, Griff. And this is Ozzy Jr. We call him OJ. So he came in, he had the name Ozzy, but that's my African Grey's name, so we just shortened it and called him Ozzy Jr., which over the years became OJ. And then over here we have Zoe. Hi, Zoe. Hi, Zoe. Zoe's not a big toy player, but Zoe loves balsa blocks, so this is what Zoe does all day. Hi, Zoe. And next to Zoe we have Seymour. Same thing with Seymour, not a big toy player, but absolutely loves destroying the blocks. You need a power wash on your cage, buddy. This is Kiki. Kiki's a Myers. Hi, Kiki. And then the only wild caught, yes, wild caught from Africa bird that we have is Victor. Victor is here. Victor, we think, is probably near 40. In order to bring them into imported into the United States, it would have had to have been prior to 91. He was probably used as a breeder for a while, and then who knows what his whole story is. But anyway, this is Victor. Hi, Victor. And next to Victor, we have Jake. Hi, Jake. He's one of the Hawk Heads. Hi, Jake. And then around the corner, we have another Hawk Head. This is Calypso. Hi, Calypso. Yeah. And next to Calypso is Weatherby. Hi, Weatherby. Hi, buddy. And to separate Weatherby from my African Grey, I just have a piece of paper taped up right there. And then we're back to the Grey. Ozzy. Ozzy Grey. Hello, Ozzy. Now, in order to get the rest of the room, we have to go back to the beginning so you can see I have this like little island in the middle. So let's start with that. Across from Ozzy, that's Bob. Hi, Bob. Hi, Bob. Next to Bob, this is Tico. Hi, Tico, the tiniest one of our Senegals. And next to that is Lolly. Hi, Lolly. Lolly. Hi, Lol. And then we go around the bend here. And this is Sammy, Inspector Sammy. Hi, Sam. He's another wood chewer. He has toys in there, but he likes being in a cardboard box and chewing up all kinds of things that are wood. So he has balsa, he'll just tear that up all day. And next to him, we have Coco. Coco's a Myers. Coco, you need a cage cleaning, buddy. And next to Coco is Birdie. Birdie is feeding her bell. Birdie is our one-footed wonder. She has 1 foot because, long story, but she chewed off her other foot because it was stuck. This is prior to coming here, obviously. Stuck in the bars of a cage. So she is sitting on eggs right now, and we let her do that because it discourages her from laying more. So anyway, that's the thing. That's the whole room. We keep her covered while she's sitting on her eggs. Here's a better view from this corner. And out there is the patio that they get to go on when it's not so blasted hot. And behind Kenny is the door to go out there. And there's no threshold there, so we can roll the cages all out. Right, Kenny? And that concludes the tour. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks so much.